it's here today. Julie and Milo show is coming your way on Passive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. Today is March 6th, 2021. My name is Julie. I am coming to you from Newport Coast, California. My dear friend Milo. Milo, could you please say hello?
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Milo from Nashville, Tennessee.
Thank you, Milo. Milo, when you and I are sitting down together on the Zoom call or on the phone call, we love what we're doing every day because we feel so blessed to sit here and talk to many, many people across the world. And yes, because of Onpassive, that's a reason why the Julie Milo show was born in December 4th. And because Onpassive, it gives us so much hope and understanding and love and compassionate to share the message of Onpassive. Behind Onpassive is Mr. Ashmofar. He has a mind of a genius and a heart of gold. And I think what he's doing, what he's sharing with us is psychologically change us into a better person. Yesterday, Milo, what a historic day for both you and I and many people in Onpassive because we got selected to be the Leadership Council. And that is a privilege, honor, and a big responsibility for all of us. What Mr. Ash Mufar said yesterday, being a leadership council isn't a person who go out there and everything about me, me, me. It's about us forgetting ourselves, forgetting ourselves and representing our team and representing our people. And in a holding room today, we have a guest, a very special guest who is a mentor and a friend. And you say it's better, Milo. So I would like you to please introduce our guest.
Julie, thank you. The guy is an incredible guy that we're going to bring onto the screen here in a few. He's known by almost everybody in Onpassive, and he makes things simple and the way he talks. But with no further ado, I'm going to bring out Mr. Jeffrey Morlock. Come on out, Jeffrey. All right, man. So good to have you on the show today.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you for having me. You guys are a hard act to follow.
Thank you, Jeffrey. So good to have you with us today. Thank you for your time.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Can't
so,
wait.
Jeffrey, what we like to do on the show is the first part of the show, we just want to know a little more about Jeffrey Morlock. Now, we've already had a show with you, and we went through about your family and stuff, and we encourage everyone to watch that show. It was an incredible show. But we're learning every day, and man, you've got some new stuff, some new ideas up there, and you were always thinking, and you make it so simple. But we want to know about Mr. Jeffrey Morlock today. One thing we didn't know the last time was I had no idea that you were such an incredible singer. When you stepped up to the plate and you delivered on a challenge, I'm like, wow, this guy's good, So tell me a little more about, just go for a few minutes on your family, what you're about, where you're from.
You're talking about Arthur Gully?
Yeah.
That challenge?
Yeah.
I owe him one for that. So yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him. But I had a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys' format, and that's what it was about, having fun. It was a Friday night, you get together with friends. It wasn't about trying to figure things out and conquer the world. It was just having a good time and telling stories. So I appreciate that. There's not a lot really going on with me or about me. It's more about, the globality of Onpassive. But I mean, Jeffrey's he's a married man, been married, going to be 35 years this month. I've got 3 children that I love and have had the privilege of spending a great deal of time with, even after they've grown, moved out, come back, moved out again, like the boomerang kids. One of those kids, the oldest one, his name is David, and he's finishing up his doctorate over at Campbell University here in North Carolina. And I've got a daughter. She's working with a chiropractic office in Greenville, North Carolina. And my youngest son, Ryan, is a member of the U.S. military stationed on board the USS Carl Vinson, which is an aircraft carrier out of San Diego. I do have a granddaughter, a lovely young lady, 7 years old. Her name is Kennedy. She's got to be the, I mean, she's the, you know, she's 7, right? She's got to be the bright and the spotlight in my life when I'm with her, you know. And we try to let her know just how special and beautiful she is. And of course, I cheat a little bit, you know, because I know that from 2 to 7, kids are in usually what we call the alpha or theta state, where, you know, that's why the broom becomes a horse, you know. And so I'm always asking her trick questions like, you know, I'm thinking of something. Can you tell me what it is? And we'll go in and have tea parties. So, I mean, I just love her to death, and she is a light in my life. So my training, my schooling was in healthcare administration. That's what my degree is. I spent a lot of time with medical people. I love medical people. I love the medical profession. I don't like clinical. So it's always been managerial or, you know, paperwork more than anything else. I spent 4 years at the Naval Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, and the last 7 operating with a DME here in town. So that pretty much sums up where I'm at and what I'm doing. And that's my phone in the background. It'll stop ringing, I hope, in a minute.
I'm sure your phone rings all the time. You know,
it does.
I got to
All
tell
right,
you.
hang on. All right, so let's cross the other side. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay, no problem. So I got to tell you, I seen your granddaughter once. She's cute as a button, man. But you know, there's something about grandkids, man. You know, people don't understand it till they have one, and then they take your life. And I mean, my daughters will say when Cooper first come along, our first one, it was like they would come in the door and we would get Cooper, and it's oh. She turned to her husband once. She said, "Jimmer, I don't think we have to stay." You know, they did. Mom and Dad don't care about us. They just want to see Cooper, you know. And so there is something about grandchildren that will bring that out. But just love, you know, all you do and stuff. So
thank you.
Yeah, she is so cute. She's adorable, such adorable 7 years old. And as I always say to my kids, they are the special and they was born perfect. So
you're right. One of these days I might upload a video of me having tea party with her dolls.
there you go. That would be fun.
Yeah, and does she put earrings on you sometime too?
Oh, I got pictures to prove it.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, she makes me up. She does my hair.
That is so lovely.
Clips things on the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, even lipsticks on.
Oh, lipstick. She painted hearts on me, and we were coloring one day not too long ago. And I said, "Here," and it was a Valentine with a heart, and I love Papa, and our life is good.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Awesome.
So now, Jeffrey, many of us are founders of Onpassive. We understand the message that we're about to communicate, but there are other people actually watching this video and they might not be or understanding about Onpassive. So if you could give us about 5 to 10 minutes about, just summarize about what is Onpassive and how does Onpassive help an individual as an individual, and how Onpassive could help an individual as a business. And if you could just give us a little bit about Mr. Ashmufar also. Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, that's a tall order. It's a good order, and I think you're absolutely right. I think it needs to be. How about if I tackle it like this? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to start talking, and I'm going to hit all the points that I can remember, absolutely. And then at the end of it, my guess is it'll probably take me 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 minutes. I don't know. We'll see.
That's good.
But whatever I miss, just kind of go back and refresh my memory a little bit, and we'll pick it up from there. So I think, you know, right out of the gate, one of the things that we need to fully understand about Onpassive is the fact that it is not business as usual. Okay, Onpassive, man, oh, I've got goosebumps. I'm getting on my soapbox. Onpassive is not a company that is about trying to put a whole lot of dollars in somebody's, you know, a few people's pockets. It's about lifting the human condition, and it's about to do that. It's going to give us the tools that we need to do that. I'll put it that way, and that's the real goal, right? I mean, if we talk about what is our mission, it is to lift humanity. It is to provide abundance. It's to provide connectedness and well-being to the planet, not just to the people that own and run Onpassive. To be sure, now Onpassive is packed with AI, and that's great. We even got the motto, you know, AI with heart. Man, that's great. I love it. That was pure genius when Ash first asked me about that. I went, wow, I love that. You know, that's good and all, but one of the most unique qualities that we have ever exhibited and has ever been exhibited by any company in the world, and Onpassive is the only one that's done it right in my book, is the fact that we exhibit heart. And our mission revolves around our love for one another and our desire to provide for that well-being for everybody, not just a few, and certainly not for just the owners. So to that end, though, we really need to understand there's a lot of moving parts, right? I mean, there's a lot of products, and they've all been seamlessly integrated. They've all got AI. They're all completely automated, right? I mean, we know the story. They're all new and cutting edge. And a dozen or so or more of these perhaps have already undergone the alpha testing internally, right? They're being rolled out for beta. Beta testing is going to happen with more than 500,000. What do we have? 555,000 founders now. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of accounts. So we can load, you know, put a good test load on every aspect of those products when they roll into beta, including the automation, you know, the marketing and the money flow. You don't want to forget money flow, right? Now, getting back to the original question, what is Onpassive? Onpassive is an artificial intelligence information technology, and it's a big one, okay? It is also, a lot of people may not know, 100% American. And even Mr. Mufara, you know, some people look at him and go, you know, with a little tilt kind of a look. He is actually American as well. As a matter of fact, he's from the Palestine area originally. So, you know, but anyway, that aside, Onpassive is headquartered out of Orlando, Florida, right, where President Trump gave his CPAC last week or the week before. So it's a very real click and mortar company. It's got real physical assets. It's got several dozen products that are seamlessly integrated into a few dozen standalone departments, and they're all under one roof. So we're massive, right? I mean, we are a massive, massive real company with real products, and we are quite literally an abbreviated internet. It's got everything that anybody would need to either create or maintain any kind of a business online or even an online presence, right? And by that, I mean, as witnessed by, they just revamped the website, right? And we've got all these products coming out, got 20 of them in the next, well, they're imminent. I'm not sure exactly when they're rolling into beta and the price is going to change. But I mean, you've got accounting, which is accounting software, you know, to simplify inventory, financial management, that sort of stuff. You've got Obless. I love that one. It's most people would call it crowdfunding. It's a community of people that would want to support charities and causes and other ideas, you know, from founders. There's Post, email marketing campaigns. Staff, which is human resource management, which is going to be huge, right? There's Mail, which is apart from Post, right? Post is email marketing. Mail is actually a personal and or a business email tool with organizers and everything you need. One of my favorites, obviously, is Academy, and I'll actually come back to that one too, if you don't mind. But there's Net, there's Connect, there's Chat, there's Peer, there's a whole bunch of O's, you know what I mean? And Onpassive has got all these products that are going to be made available, and that's one of the things that makes us so phenomenal. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind letting you know that Academy is going to be the first one out of the gate, okay, so to speak, as far as a publicly released platform. And it's both incredible and it's unique. With this particular platform, you'll have students, man, literally all over the world that are able to connect with best instructors online. I mean, it has exceptional features. It can guarantee a user experience, you know, that's one of a kind for each user that uses it. The experience is going to be different. it will assist the instructors, right, the people making the courses, by improving their course searchability within the platform and help them to get course recommendations for their students and that sort of thing. It'll give top-rated business courses. There's going to be specialized technical courses. You're going to be able to develop in-house expertise for employers and employees. There's going to be course quality checklists, you know, for the instructors to guarantee that what they're putting out is good stuff, you know, and that's marketable and capable of providing the right learning experience, that sort of thing. In short, though, Academy's vision, and I would certainly recommend anybody going to, you know, the what is onpassive.com and just checking it out. But the Academy vision is actually to make the world's most extensive, the biggest educational repository, right? Group of education material in the world, right? And it's what it wants to do is engage and empower the educators of the world, right? I mean, from homeschoolers all the way up to university and doctorate level people, right? Academia. They want to make sure that they have a accessible platform for learners worldwide, period. And so Academy actually provides the tools and the skills for people to teach what they love, teach what they want to learn, and teach what they can make money at, because everybody wants to make money, right? I mean, some of the key features is, let's see, you got category filtration. It's the video quality is absolutely fantastic. You've got speed and adjustment, and you can update video stuff. It's got multilingual content, all sorts of stuff. I mean, with this particular platform, you know, your teachers aren't limited any longer to classroom sizes. You know, how many people you can do 50, 500, or one student. You can charge per class or per student or per course. I mean, it just totally takes away any unlimitedness to anybody's teaching career right now, and it just makes it that much nicer and better. So, but I'll leave that one alone. But getting back to your original question, because I tend to go off of these rabbit chases, but you're asking, you know, what is Onpassive? You know, in a nutshell, Onpassive is it's more than disruptive. Okay, it's absolutely more than disruptive, but it's a company that sums up everything about our digital world, and it's all in one place, one huge platform, one total internet solution located in one area. They're all seamlessly integrated, and they're like Mr. Mufara said, man, they are insanely inexpensive, right? It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. Now, you are also asking about business and individual use, and I'm hoping through naming some of those programs that you got an idea that this isn't just for individuals. This is for businesses, for corporations and governments and conglomerates, you know, things like that. But as an entrepreneur, it's all here and it's done for you, which means that you're not going to have to go outside the platform to search for anything. If it's needed for a business or an online presence, we've got it. It's integrated to work together, and it's all under one roof, and it's all in that one spot. So when you log on, you've got access to it all, right? But as a founder member, it's got a very, and this, pay attention to this, if you're not in yet, you need to understand it's got a very simple, straightforward way for you to hit a break-even point. Because, I mean, nobody does anything for free, right? We're charging for these, obviously. But it's got a real easy way for you to hit not only the break-even point, so these things aren't costing you anything out of pocket, but there's a clean, very fresh path, to an unlimited commissionable structure, right? So that you can earn, and I don't mean earn a little bit, I mean you can earn and earn big, and this earnings, the earnings that you get will increase, and they will continue perpetually, and it's something that you can create a legacy for, right? While you are helping us as a founder base and as a company to raise or lift the human condition. And with that in mind, if you don't mind, if I got a couple more minutes, I can kind of explain how that's going to work for us, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, wonderful. And I'm sorry, just cut me off if I'm taking too much time, because this is some exciting stuff. This stuff is really going on. But I want to get out what our, you know, I talk about vision, and I talk about our vision statement. So let me tell you, there's 2 or 3 things that we're going to hit. Let's see. Let me give you the Onpassive statement. Okay, the statement is Onpassive is the ultimate, complete, and unique digital marketing platform that ensures everybody's going to succeed. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but regardless of backgrounds or ability, it offers the simplest environment. It's got the highest standards, and it's going to give us the most value, and it's going to sustain benefits of a global stimulus plan. Okay, in a nutshell, that's it. It's not verbatim, but that's pretty close.
Right.
Now, that vision, okay, the vision I just said, it defines what we expect as an outcome of the journey of Onpassive, right? Namely, that it's a complete platform, ensures success, it has highest standards, provides the most value, and has benefits of a global stimulus plan. Now that's important. We need to understand that, because generally you'd glaze right over that. Everybody's heard of global stimulus. Oh yeah, it means somebody's giving us money. Yeah, exactly. Somebody's providing some money. Okay, what you don't see in this statement is how generous the company is. Okay, it shows lots of things, but the statement doesn't show us how the outcome is actually structured to make sure the money that we are all, and we're all in it for money, right? I mean, we all want to get paid, but the statement doesn't show how the money's going to be there, but it is. Okay, it's going to be there. And not only is it going to be there, but there's going to be more than you need. So then you say, well, nobody does that. Why is that? Well, let me tell you why. And this brings us to Mr. Mufara, which you also asked about Mr. Mufara. And that's because to take care of anybody else, we've got to learn and be able to take care of ourselves first. So Mr. Mufara wants to make sure that every founder and every member of Onpassive has more than what is needed to take care of themselves and their families first, right? He says, we got to fill our tank first. And that's what we do. We fill our tank first, and we encourage everybody to share the excess. And it won't be a little bit of excess. It'll be a lot of excess, all right? And in this way, the Onpassive founders are going to become a global net of providers, okay? They're going to touch every culture on the globe, right, at a grassroots level, and they're going to be able to distribute the excess and abundance, and they're going to be able to give wealth, right? And they're going to be able to raise the human condition just a little bit wherever they are. And when everybody does that, I mean, it's like that ship on the tide, right? When the tide comes up, all the ships go up. Right. So when Onpassive is online and on focus and on target, we're going to have probably 1 million founders spread like a net across the globe, every one of them making more than they need in their particular culture, so that they can help not only their own families, but they can help their local communities. They can help their charities, you know, whatever they want to invest in, or whatever they want to give to, they can do that. And that whole way, we're touching the entire globe. So in a nutshell, again, to answer what is Onpassive, Onpassive is an economic machine that will, in my opinion, be the greatest wealth building company in the history of the world, that will serve humanity by lifting the condition that we are in globally. And even more than that, Onpassive is melding into, becoming part of, and running with what I call the rise in global consciousness, okay, which is humanity's evolution. And that's why you're seeing all of these other systems that are crashing, the ones that I talked about in Paradigms Lost and Paradigms Found, you know, the educational, healthcare, political, religious, all of these things that are failing, right, including the social medias and all of that stuff. Onpassive is going to be here, and we're going to be the ones to pick up the pieces, or have places for these people in these other systems to move and migrate to. And we're going to be the ones that people are going to be hunting for. We will no longer, as Mr. Mufara says, we're not going to be the hunters. We'll be the hunted.
Wow.
Make my time frame.
You did, man. That was awesome stuff, man. I mean, you break it down so good and stuff. And I'd like to give a shout out right here to Key Wendell. Is the guy that actually kind of put us together. I can't thank Key enough, you know, because you know, it's just, It's great knowing you and bringing that down. We've got just a few more minutes, so I want to ask you a couple questions. And I love your heart, and I heard what you were saying, and I love all the stuff about what Onpassive is going to do, and you know about the apples that we're going to get and the apples we're going to give away. So the number one question is, I want to know, what is Jeffrey Morlock's dream? Not what you're going to do for everyone else, but what are you going to do for Jeffrey Morlock that you've always wanted to do, and now you're going to be able to?
Oh man,
I hit you with the big one, didn't
all right, Julie, you're gonna love this one. I have been telling I've been telling my wife for some time that she is going to make an excellent wealthy woman. She is just going to be so excellent at being wealthy. I can't wait until she has so much that she doesn't even know what to do with, because she is going to handle it so well, it's going to make me look like a child, and I can't wait for that. But on the other side of that, because as a faithful, loving husband, that was the first thing I did, was bought her a position along with my 3 kids and a couple of family members and about a half a dozen other people that works for me, or I knew that I need. So I've got a lot, you know, more than a dozen personal accounts that are going to be all doled out somewhere. But other than that, I've got aspirations for setting up foundations. I can't wait to walk through my town and my city and go into, you know, like downtown Washington, which is really quaint, and walk into these struggling shops and just almost buy them out and then leave all the stuff that I bought there and say, sell it to somebody else. You know, I just got things like that. I want to, oh man, God bless Dr. Bill Williams, because I'll tell you, he got me started on this one, all right? I want to go to the Azores. I want to see Tibet. I want to go visit with some of these, for lack of a better word, these shamans, you know, some of these indigenous people. I want to travel the world. There's just so much I want to do, you know, and I want to go to workshops, you know. I want to grab Corinne out of Switzerland, and I just want to do stuff, you know, and just give, and bless, and be grateful. Because when you are grateful, right, when you have an appreciation for things in your heart. Now, let me give you that's a good thought. Let me give you a gold nugget here. When you have appreciation in your heart, and it's true and it's genuine, appreciation is, in my opinion, the ultimate state of receivership. And by what I mean by that is, when you appreciate, that means you have something. You've already got. When I appreciate my wife, I've got her. I'm there. I'm appreciating. So when you can project out and you're appreciating the wealth that you know is coming from Onpassive, or you are appreciating anything, then that means that you've already received it. You've got the feeling of having that already. And that puts the intention out there. It matches the intention with an emotion, and that's what pulls it to you. That's how your reality works, and that's how it changes. And that's what they're referring to when they say the law of sowing and reaping, or the law of attraction. That's what they're referring to. So there's a little nugget for you. If you can work on that, you know, Jesus said, when you pray, believe when you get up that you've got it and you'll have it. And that's what he's saying. Take the thought and the attention, believe you've got it. In other words, match an emotion to that, marry those two, and you'll get it. But it's hard to do. So there's your gold nugget.
Awesome.
It is very hard, and it is something that we have to consciously.
It is.
We have to like consciously reminding ourselves every single time. And the thing is that I love what you're saying, is that you're gonna go touch everyone's life, and you know what? We have to consciously living like that. And if if we step a little bit away and we consciously need to step it back and know that we need to put that ahead of us. And I love what you're saying. I love it. Really resonate deeply with me. Like I'm sitting here, literally get goosebumps all over me because of what you're saying. And I know we run out of time, and I don't like that we're running out of time. But I wanted to ask you this, Jeffrey Morlock. Oh, before I ask you that question, when you said that you're gonna grab Kareem, make sure you grab me too, okay? Because I'm make sure you grab me too, because I love to travel the journey that you are planning to do. It's resonating with me so much that literally goosebumps. But I want to come into the subject. We're running out of time, and I wanted to not blabbering. I want you to talk a little bit about AI and AI with the heart. What's the difference?
Oh, okay. First of all, artificial intelligence is in a very real sense. What we're talking about is just computers that have algorithms, and they can teach themselves, and they can learn to do things that would take a person way lot longer to do. Okay, I mean, keeping it really simple, non-technical. We're talking, as far as AI with Onpassive, we're talking about machine intelligence, machine learning. That's the actual the academic part of it is machine learning, and writing the code for that is extremely time consuming. So I mean, there's a lot of it. But when you take the AI with heart and you break it apart, basically what we're saying, when Ash says it's AI with heart, it's saying we've got a company that exudes a corporate, let's see, what's a good word? Maybe I can use that term, conscious capitalism. If you ever heard that, or corporate consciousness, that is a real thing. And this fits perfectly in with that, in that you have a business and the business is not built on competition. It's not built on separateness. Okay. Generally, when you have businesses and you have a business plan, the aim is to get as many people as you can, to sell as much as you can, to bring in as much money as you can, so the business profits. With corporate consciousness and AI with heart, right? I've said before, I think I'm probably the only one, I'm going to keep saying it. Onpassive is the end of separateness in business. Okay. There is no more separation with business. There's connectivity. There's connection. We're not separate. We're all connected. They understand that. And when they put their automation and their AI and all their intelligence and all this cutting edge technology together, they also meld it. They combine it with what we call heart. And by that, we mean compassion and love, right? You combine compassion and love, and you get joy. And if you can live in joy, then that is even better than appreciation, which, well, I won't go into, but it's very powerful. So when you combine the AI with the heart, which says, as a business, we're all connected and it's all for mutual benefit. And when one person earns, we all earn. And what one person does, we do for all. And it's for the good of the whole and for the greater good, as opposed to separateness, which says, I'm going to earn and take from all of you guys, but it's for me, and never make any mistake, because there's a difference. There's me and there's you. Ash Mufareh says, no more. We are all one. We are all connected. And that's AI with heart, because you've got the technology and the cutting edge parts of this, and the heart part that says we're all connected, we all love each other, and we're raising everybody up at the same time and providing for everybody instead of just a few.
Wow, that is awesome stuff, Jeffrey. We could sit here and talk to you all day. I'm serious. And I know that there's a lot more questions that we have, but we're over time right now. I want to thank you for coming today and explain it. And we can't wait to hear more. Come back on Friday night, man. Give us that little 3-minute snippet just to keep us going. And we're going to have you back again, I'm sure. I can't wait till we tell the rest of the story after this thing goes. It's going to be like Paul Harvey, and now you know the rest of the story. But for right now, man, we got to take it home. Julie, take us out of here and close it down.
Jeffrey Morlock, thank you so much. Oh boy, you get me going. But we have to close it out. So thank you so much for you being here with us. Really appreciate you watching the Julie and Milo show. There are many stories and wisdom at julieandmilo.com. I do wish that you go on julieandmilo.com. And if you have the wisdom, the story that you like to share with us, please reach out to Milo and I so that we can feature you on Julie and Milo show. Thank you so much for watching the Julie and Milo show. Really appreciate you. Stay well, stay blessed, and stay alive. Good night from Newport Coast, California.
Good night from Washington, North Carolina.
Good night from Nashville, Tennessee.